You know what? It was good to have him back out there. Just gives us an element of obviously the scoring and physicality and energy. Outside of Whitey now, we know what kind of this is what we kind of pictured our team. It doesn't get any easier. I mean, everyone's a good team in this league, so we got to be prepared.
Does he look up to speed, conditioning wise?
Well, it's tough to say. I mean, in practice, yeah. When the games start, it's the timing. He hasn't played a game in a long time. So, I mean, as we practice more and as he plays, it won't take long.
Just having his presence, is that going to just elevate the energy level, do you think, for your team?
Yeah, it will, and it'll elevate our emotion. When you play with emotion in sports, I think, you always got a chance. And sometimes you get in games and you see there's not much emotion out there, and he's a guy that can bring it every night. And when he brings emotion, the guys feed off that, and certainly on top of the fact of how good of a player he is, he can bring that.
How important are these 2 days for him?
Well, they're big special teams, timing, line mates. I know he's played with those guys, but still, getting in a game, it's shift length, all those things. You get caught out there real late, D-zone coverage, a lot of stuff, that makes your brain turn on that you haven't done in a while. So, tomorrow we'll hit a little more D-zone coverage and stuff like that. But systems haven't changed much, so it shouldn't be bad.
What do you like about that? What do you like about that Stutzla-Tierney Formenton combination? They
were flying. Both of them can flat out fly. I thought Formie on the right today with that wide speed is if he catches you flat-footed, he's gone. And it gives Timmy an option. I mean, if you want to play him up tight and Formie's gone, it gives Timmy that option to sling him. So they look dangerous.
About Brady, I wanted to ask, can adrenaline help out at all first couple of games?
For sure, always the first game, and then usually there's a little bit of a drop in the second one, because you haven't played in a while. It's his opener, really. So, I mean, he'll be fired up and ready to go.
Do we spend too much time as media and fans maybe labeling lines like that's your number one line, that's your number two line, that's your number two line? Because I think there's a lot of people that look at this and say oh wow, Tim Stützle's on the third line, but really he's not, right?
No, I mean, if you look at our number one line last game, it was Pinto. If you're watching the game correctly, you would say that the line that played the most and was the most involved was Pinto's line. So, but everyone would call the Norris line the one line. So it's just the way it is, I guess. But Tim Stützle's not a third line player, and won't be a third line player. We'll move all around the lineup, and my job, like I said before, is to make sure that he continues to develop and gets the proper minutes to do so, and he will.
What have you thought of Parker Kelly's game so far? And I know that the way that you ran things today, maybe it looks like he's the odd man out, but what have you thought of Parker Kelly so far?
I love his game. He's a compete guy that you can win with when the chips are down, and you need to win a game. That's the kind of guy that will do anything to win. He can get on the forecheck. He can skate. He's physical, and he's a guy for me that is really important for us. Right now, maybe in that bottom six that can provide that energy and forechecking and things like that. And these guys are hard to find.
Coach, what's the biggest adjustment a left side or a left shot speedster has to make when he gets shifted to the right side?
Well, it's more the breakouts than it is the rush. The way teams play now off the rush, it's not such a big deal. It's breaking out in your zone. You're turned and facing the puck, whereas as a lefty, for him, he's chipping pucks out on the wall. He gets to see the other way he's turned around. So there's a lot of guys that play that way, but it's not as fast coming out of your zone. Now, in saying that, him with the puck, with the ability to use his backhand and get it out in front of him and go around you is more dangerous. So there's two trains of thought. One's a little harder in our zone, but off the rush, if he gets a step on you, he's gone.
What have you liked the most about the power play? Obviously, 4 goals through the first 3 games so far.
Winning a lot more face-offs. Our entries have been good, but it's just the mentality of moving it quick and shooting the puck. No matter what the scheme is every night to what the other penalty kill is doing, we're moving it faster. We're working harder away from the puck. And what I've seen is with the 2 units, it's whoever's going gets to go on the ice. And we got Pinto on the right and Norris on the left for draws. So whoever we're playing, whatever gives us the best chance to win that first face-off essentially will be the guy to go. So if they're struggling, penalty killers are on the left side, we'll go with Pinto. If they're struggling on the right, we go with Norris. And I think the inner competition of a minute each and enough good players to go around makes it competitive and gives us a chance.
What did you see from Matt Murray today, and could he play for you on Thursday?
Real good today, competed real hard. That'll be, and I'll talk to Berkey about that to see where he's at. So that decision won't be for at least another day, but I thought he was real good today.
Both goalies that played for you played pretty good. Is that a good thing to set up competition internally as the season starts?
Absolutely. Our goaltending's been great. And I mean, in the NHL, you get goaltending, you have a chance every single night. And just look no further than the Rangers-Leaf games last night, how good both those goalies were. There were grade A chances on both sides. And goaltending, I mean, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it's without it, you can't win.
Any concern that they've had to be too good?
Who's that?
The
What's that?
goalies? That they're giving up too many grade A chances?
No, we outchanced Toronto 6 A's to 5, I think, the other night, and we were tied with Dallas the other day. So, that's their job, is to stop the puck, and we don't want to give up, a lot of chances, but as we move on, I mean, Toronto is a different animal. They create a ton of offense and a ton of A chances. Dallas, we gave up a little bit in the third there, but I think we're more focused more and more on getting better defensively, but at the same point, I think we have an opportunity to create a lot more offense this year.